Linda.
So, you know, it's my word, you know, when he says, Frank Reesley said, he says, oh, now, $750.
I hereby open this meeting of the Tyngsborough Conservation Commission under the State Wetland Protection Act, Mass General Law, C-131, S-40, in accordance with the Town of Tyngsborough Wetland Protection Bylaw on this day, June 24th, 2025.
Nobody else.
First item on the agenda,
Great.
185 Pawtucket Boulevard, map 28, parcel 115-0, DEP number 1033, Vesper Country Club. Applicant for notice of intent for the reconstruction of a golf hole bunkers at hole numbers 2, 3, 9, 14, and 16, which are within the bordering land subject to flooding, the 200-foot riverfront area and the 100-foot buffer zone, continued from June 10th, 2025.
I still haven't heard back from Chase, so we're gonna have to
Continue
continue,
it?
unfortunately.
Can I get a motion to continue
Make
it?
it, a motion to continue, 185 Pawtucket Boulevard,
Until the 8th, correct?
with, July 8th.
July 8th. Do I have a second?
Linda seconded.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
None. 66 Willowdale Ave, map 32, parcel 59-0, DEP number 309-1034, Long Tran, applicant for notice of intent and minor stormwater management permit to raise the existing single-family dwelling and building a new single-family dwelling deck and pilot porch with associated grading and utilities, continued from June 10th, 2025.
So Maureen sent revisions, so in your packet is a new revised plan, with the updated, with the infiltration fence around the driveway, stockpiling shown on the plan, that the hatched area will be lawn, like she said at the last meeting, and then showing the trees with an X through to show that they're being removed, and then on the site plan, it says that the dumpster shall not be stored on the paper road. So if you guys have any other questions?
So Maureen updated everything that we had asked for in the prior meeting,
Yep.
so I'm all set with this.
Linda, you all set?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Rob, you all set?
Yeah, and I don't think there any special conditions are
No.
necessary for this project.
No, they met it all, yeah.
Okay. Anybody in the public?
Anybody in the public have any questions, concerns? Can I get a motion to close the
Make a-
public
make a
part of the
motion to
hearing?
Close the public.
Second that,
All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? None. So do we get a motion to approve?
Do you want to make a motion?
Yep.
What are we doing here?
66 Willdale.
Oh, okay. The motion is to
Approve.
approve the Long Tran applicant for a notice of intent, minor stormwater management permit to raise the existing single-family dwelling and build a new family dwelling, deck and farmer's porch with associated gardening utilities. No special conditions.
Per site plan, just say the date, 6/23/25.
For site plan, where is it here?
It was hard to see the date down the bottom, I was just
Am I
trying
here?
to find it.
I don't even see a number there. Where's the number?
6/23/25,
Oh, okay. Where is that?
right there, it's real small.
Okay. There it is. Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. All set, thank you.
Thank you so much. I have one question. James Enright, 64 Healthy Ave. Is it okay to use wattles instead of silt fence over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be, fine. Just make sure that, if extra wattles could be stockpiled on the property if necessary, or if
In
they do
case.
break within that day, just fix them.
Okay,
Just because especially more on the edge by the lake, that's what we're mostly concerned about, but wattles should be appropriate. I have no
Okay.
concerns.
I thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Next item on the agenda, 9 Bay State Road, map 32A, parcel 1130, Bunsong, John, applicant for minor stormwater management permit to raise the existing single-family dwelling and build a new single-family dwelling and gate and garage with associated grading and utilities, continued from June 10th, 2025.
Evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Kenneth Lanier, Cornerstone Land Associates, representing Mr. Boone this evening. First off, sorry we weren't here at the previous meeting. There was a little miscommunication between the contractor and Mr. Boone. Emily sorted that out for us. So I'm here this evening to request the minor stormwater permit approval. This was an existing single-family home that was in disrepair. The home has since been raised and a foundation has been poured, and we're preparing now to install a new driveway from Land's End Road. The previous dwelling utilized a circular driveway off of Bay State Road, but we felt as though it would be more appropriate to locate this driveway close to the house and provide a two-car garage addition in the lower level as well. In order to remediate some of the additional pavement, we've proposed a rooftop recharge system. A detail was provided on the most recent plans supplied to you. That recharge system will be 18 inches wide, 3 feet deep, and collect all of the downspouts from the structure into the trench just in the beginning of the driveway, approximately 10 feet from the garage doors. Small retaining walls will be installed on either side of the driveway, and as you can see, the kind of dark hay bale looking line that surrounds the lower area of topography, that would be the hay bale silt fence or, you know, straw wattles if Emily's okay with it, so that we can ensure that none of this runoff makes its way over to Land's End and disturbs any of the abutters.
Yeah.
And if you folks have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them at this time.
Pat, you have any questions?
No, I think the containment with the wattles is very important, because I'm looking at that elevation from the house going down to the front.
There's wetlands on the other side of Land's End anyway, so.
There is,
Yeah.
okay. So they're containing it while they're gonna correct this problem here. I like the shorter driveway too, to be honest with you. I think that's gonna help out a lot. I'm all set with this.
Linda, you have any?
No, yeah, I'm familiar with the lot and everything.
You are? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any, I know the area well, I don't have any, questions, problems with it really. As long as the straw wattle's there in case we get a downpour, that's all.
I assume the old driveway will just be ripped up and,
So it was never paved.
oh, okay.
So it was really like a gravel rutted kind of turnaround. So I'm not sure what the new owners are gonna do. I mean, at this point, where Boone wasn't going to remove anything, you know, if they still wanted to utilize a gravel driveway, I believe they have the right to.
Yeah.
But there was no anticipation to pave or do anything where that existing drive was.
Even if they just say that down the road, they came in and put Bill in there to put a lawn in, we wouldn't have a problem with that.
No,
No, the elevation's way higher than,
I
Okay.
was just
And
more
it's flat.
curiosity.
Yeah, and that portion actually drains to
flat,
Bay State.
yes.
It doesn't drain.
Bay State side's very flat.
It is, okay, so, I hadn't looked at it, so.
No problem.
I'm
I
asked-
have,
You have?
yeah.
Yeah.
I drive all the roads around the lake usually.
No?
Is this proposed work outside of the buffer zone? Or?
It
Yeah.
is, yes, sir.
So do we have a motion?
Go ahead, Pat, yours, whatever. No, it's all right, I'm done, I'm done. Where is it? I can't even find my damn site plan here. Okay, I make a motion, where am I now?
9 Bay State Road.
To approve Van Son Chun applicant for minor stormwater management permit to raise existing single-family dwelling and build a new single-family dwelling and garage with associated grading and utilities site plan. Where am I now?
It's June 9th, 2025.
What?
The map.
June 9th, 2025.
Yeah.
June 9th,
Yeah.
2020.
So, oh. I hadn't, remembered it. I thought we had looked at it some before that.
No,
I thought it came in before
we just,
that.
we just continued it from the last meeting.
Yeah, and I wasn't at the
I
last
looked- okay,
meeting.
yeah, I'm sorry, I looked at it.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Didn't seem like the right date to me. Oh, aye.
Yeah, I'm also-
Opposed? None, you're all set.
All right,
Thank
excellent.
you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Take care, man. Good to see you. We'll see you soon. Couple things brewing. All right.
Yeah.
Commission determination, 24 Lakeview Ave, map 25, parcel 18-0, removal of 7 trees to support a solar project.
So, the gentleman that was here last time, same guy, property owner, couldn't be here tonight, but he's removing 7 trees. They're all in about the 50-foot to 100-foot buffer. So they're all, he was nice enough to label, did a great job. So as you can see, they're both like basically
1, 2, 3, 4,
opposite
5,
sides of the
6.
property.
Yeah.
4, 5,
He
6.
wants to put solar on his roof, and the company was like, well, to get the biggest bang for your buck, you gotta take some trees down.
Because they already 6.
6 they trimmed
Did
up
they
already.
trim, they trimmed up
Yep.
already?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6, there was,
You got Mark 7 on it.
a leading arm lower down that was kind of close to the backyard deck that they wanted to
Yeah.
remove originally. And I said that was a fine when they were buying the house. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, which are on, if you're looking at the house, the left side of the driveway, 4, 5, 6, which are right on the side of the house on the right. So he just wanted to get you guys' approval before moving forward with the project.
I don't have a problem with it. I drive by it every day.
Okay.
See it,
I'm all
you
set
know.
with it.
No, I don't have a problem. You want a motion?
Yep.
You want a motion to approve the, where are we?
Commission's determination.
Okay. Commissioner's determination to remove 7 trees to support a solar project at 24 Lakeview Avenue, map 25, parcel 18-0.
Do I have a second?
Second on that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next commission determination, 138 Massapog, removal of map 2, parcel 6A dash, removal of 4 trees.
So this one's gonna have to be pushed to the next meeting. There is a holdup on the tax department. And we would like it to be resolved first before you
Yep.
guys approve it.
And where's 134? How far down is it up? When you're
Right.
coming from Groton Road?
So if you're coming from Groton Road, you have the new house that was done a few
Yep.
years back, and then it's that parcel.
That parcel also has an enforcement order against it.
I'll have to look. Maybe it's
Remember
one.
Pam? Which one? The Massapog, the first time I went, we went on the visit, they put the road down to the pond, to the back bottom of his house.
Yep.
He never finished that enforcement order.
Well, let me look, because this might be,
If it's the second house on the left going down the road, that's the house.
let's see.
They were supposed to get a civil engineer to make sure the bank would hold the
Right,
road
yep.
up.
So this is 138. 134 has the enforcement order, so not the same property.
Oh, 138, okay.
Wow.
All right, I
I
just
just
wanted.
double checked.
I just wanted to make sure, you know, because that's 5 years ago, more than that, that's 7, 8, because I was when I first got on board.
So that's never come back in front of us.
Nope.
Wow.
All
Yeah, so
right,
it's technically, so,
we'll have to continue it. Do we have to make a
Continued.
motion to continue that? I've never continued the direct determination, so.
I'll keep you guys updated though.
Okay.
But, yeah, so,
Wow.
I'm asleep, I'm ready.
Enforcement orders, 23 Chestnut Road. Fine,
yeah.
yep. 7 Florence Road.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
thinking, do you think we could, I mean, moving forward, we could take them off the agenda until they come back forward, or should we keep them on the agenda? Because we know 23 Chestnut's probably gonna
Yeah,
take,
well, the last note we have on it is you wanted to, didn't want them to remove it, lift
Till,
the,
yeah, till they took the,
yeah,
till the
so we'll keep
boardwalk
it on
out.
the agenda.
So it's up to you, you can.
Oh, we can just keep it on there and just say we're waiting for,
Yeah.
waiting for completion.
Yeah.
That's fine. Florence Way is still the same way too, waiting for completion.
Same thing.
Approval of minutes, June 10th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
Whoa, what about 7 Florence?
Oh, I said it, 7 Florence, we're still waiting.
Oh.
So
I
it's
thought we
already
were
been,
Still back in
We
23 Chestnut.
settled on, they settled on what they were gonna do, and, we're just waiting for them to do it, and then,
Because I read the thing and I didn't,
yeah. And then, Emily,
good.
or Emily and I can go out and look at it.
well, no, this is what
June 10th.
okay. Minutes. We
Minutes.
don't have minutes, do we? Oh, we do have minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the minutes, June 10th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second Linda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. No correspondence? New business?
I figured I can bring it up to see if anybody's listening. I guess somebody called into the Board of Health yesterday that they saw some dead fish on the beach.
The town, which,
I don't know, they did not specify. So I remember we had an issue last year, and we had an issue with the ducks last year, so,
so when you get this hot weather,
Yeah,
all right, and especially if you don't get a lot of rain with it, you get lack of oxygen, for one. They did treat the lake, but that was 2 weeks ago, so that shouldn't really affect it at all.
no, that was around Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, so it'd be more lack of oxygen, or fishermen's just not pulling the hooks out right,
throwing the fish back in.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Well, you do anyways, because something else will eat it, but.
I just wanted to.
And the
kinda-
ducks is people feeding them with bread is why we had all the angel wing ducks last year. They can't fly, they're gonna get attacked by every predator out there, or geese, or hit by a boat. People think feeding them bread is, everybody did it as a kid, but it's bad for the ducks.
Okay, well,
The only other thing so new business, Mascuppick Trail has no boat launches. All right, someone the other day put a boat in and out on Mascuppick Trail. There is no boat launch on
What did
Mascuppick
they do
Trail.
on Mascuppick Trail?
Right beside my property, they
Oh,
did it.
oh my God.
They did it last night.
How did they do that?
No idea, because I wasn't around, I was dealing with other stuff.
wow,
But the cops were out there, and there was a lot of jet skis that wouldn't go in, so I guess 2 trucks pulled up, and they pulled something out of their boat or a
Yeah.
jet ski or something. But there is no boat launches on Mascuppick Trail.
No, there's only, I know we had a right of way down by where Nick's used to be.
Yeah, so that is a right-of-way.
Pinehurst, but it's.
Pinehurst, but
It's
there's,
not a
there's,
boat ramp.
no,
And-
because
and
it's a
the bottom of
public
my
beach.
street is definitely not a boat
No.
ramp.
They've come down the end of my street too, looking to get.
Yes, because now the weather's here, they're all looking, and they all think that these access ways are everybody's, they're
Go to
not,
Drake it.
unfortunately.
wow.
So,
The only one is on Drake at Beach.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the only actual boat ramp.
Do you, Emily offhand, how many right-of-ways are there around Muskogee? Do you have any clue? Because I know, we've had all kinds of issues over at Willardale,
I think there's 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Well,
But
it would be.
right-of-ways?
it
No,
would-
they're not, so technically, all right, like what you have at 66, you have a paper road that goes through
Right.
there, but that's for the people on the other side of the lake.
To
The
access
road
the water.
so they can access the water, that was all part, so my side is Mount Rock plan, that's another plan.
Mount-
So there's 2 or 3 on,
I think there's only
Bur-
two.
on Burrows, but then there's another one over by Al Stamp that's a paper road. There's another one by where Larry Glosson owns that house on the lake.
Yeah.
Off of Willowdale, there's one there.
I think there's only three on that side, so Pinehurst, yours, and then the one next to Larry.
Yeah,
And then I think
not that side house, his other house.
his other, yes, the one on Muskogee Trail. And then I know there's the one off Bowers, and that's the fire lane.
Yeah.
And then I think the only ones on Willowdale Ave are like beach bathing rights right-of-ways for the residents that live up on the hill.
Right.
And then there's one, I think, at the very beginning of Bowers, that land right there is for the people that,
Yes, that technically is a right-of-way, yeah.
Well, most of them, excuse me, because of the Mount Royal and Mount Rock plan, on that side, I don't know what that's called over at
I
Willow,
don't either.
but those are old,
Old plans, and you have to search it back to the original grantor to figure it all out.
But they did give, in fact, I'm not sure, some of the rights didn't go all the way, almost up, farther up towards Palm Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
They do,
They do, yeah.
they do.
It's basically, like, when you look at the old subdivision plan, it's basically the way everything was just divided into a perfect little square, and then all the roads just ran right to the water. So it was
Oh, we
just
had
like
a
a
little zoo
huge,
there at one time.
yeah, a huge grid system. But obviously, it looks great on paper when the developer was developing it, but, I mean, as time
There weren't
comes.
even cars when they were developing it. They were taking the trolley out.
Yeah.
I know,
So, they never envisioned any of this, Blossom and all that.
yeah.
So the right-of-way, is it for people to hand carry a boat in?
No.
Nothing, just the right-of-way
If
to
you're,
walk
if you're
on.
deeded to it, yes.
Well, there were no
Well,
motorboats.
you could, there was,
Pat.
you
Yeah,
could
but
carry.
say if somebody wanted
you
to
could-
bring a canoe
Yeah,
in.
but then it becomes a gray area, because I already
Right.
kicked,
Well,
I already
no.
kicked the box truck out backing down, the one beside me. He was backing down to the water with canoes.
Wow.
All right, so that's the other problem, that's a stream. So,
I can't
they also
believe-
have, catch a vehicle in there, it's gonna be wetland restoration. It's a stream.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, that's why I'm asking,
So-
where does the right-of-way go, what does it go to?
It's-
Walking
no,
only?
it's whatever it says on the deed.
Yeah,
And whatever
most
it
of
says
them
on,
are- most
on
of
the
them-
deed or the original plan, that when it was subdivided, because even though you have your Mount Rock plan, that ain't what it is nowadays. Stuff has changed so much, it isn't funny. Woodfern is not where it originally was. Woodfern was a stream, always has been. All right, so Woodfern got changed when they put the pump station in, all right? And then the 7, 8 houses there that go between Woodford and Oakland were owned by one family. So then when the father died, they had to put it in front of the planning board and zoning to split up all the property lines because none of them were on the right lots. So they had to change all that. So that changed the way Woodfern is. And then when people park in front of the pump station by me, that pump station handles all the sewage on our side of the river. It goes there before it goes to Lowell. So Enclave, everybody's, whatever comes from Sequoia, all comes to that pump station. It's not supposed to be blocked because they have 2 or 3 emergencies sometimes a week, sometimes one. People throw diapers in there. People throw all sorts of stuff down the toilet. It plugs up the pump, it plugs up the grinder. All right, well, guess what? It sets off the alarms. You're
What
supposed to,
about the pump station up on Coburn?
that pumps to that. Everything pumps to that pump station,
Wow. Wow.
which I just found out.
Well, and most of them, if you do, because I've done a little deed research, most of them just say the deeds, just say beach bathing rights and water rights.
Yeah.
So it's not specific to begin with. Most of the time, beach bathing rights is just you walk down with your
Right.
towel and
Yeah.
you spend the time at the water
Yeah.
and you go back. Or, I mean, at the time too, a lot of people were getting their water access from that area too.
Well, when I was a kid, we used to, down at the bottom of my street, that's what it was a beach.
Yeah,
And everybody had hand-dug wells, including us.
yeah,
Yeah,
They'd walk
exactly.
down the hill with buckets.
yeah.
yeah.
But there was a stream over on Birchmont.
Yeah,
Still is there.
yeah, it still is. That's why we get our water problems. But,
Yeah, it was great water, I remember.
We do,
Yep.
but we gotta close the meeting.
yep. No old business? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
That one right.
Whoa.
Okay, they're coming back, so I.